Okay. Let's just get this up. Here we go, okay. We're all settled in here. I am having to solo it this evening because unfortunately our friend Static Hazard has been drawn away for work, so he is going to do that right now. How's it going, Clog? Good luck, my friend. We've got a poll running right here, so please do vote for who you think we will see on poll. Who will we see on poll? Yes, that's proper English. There we go. Oops, okay. We are about to get into qualifying right quick at COTA, where we of course were last night in Formula 2. I'm going to try and balance many of things this evening, as it's just I'm somewhat alone once again up in the booth here tonight. Like I said, my friend Static Hazard not with me here, and I'm solo doing it this evening, so it's not the first time that I've soloed before, so I am very well adequate for the mission, and I think that I will be able. Why the hell am I on this pole? Can you just like pork? Come on. Can you just please? Just be cool. Ooh. Oh damn, Kenny. Pork Chops is making a big. Oh, pork. People really thinking pork. Pork Chops is leading the way for pole position. No one's voted for Jay Chase. Couple for Mystic and Jacko here. Kenny as well up there in pole predictions. But Pork Chops is the lead. Why the hell am I? Yeah, I'm sorry, Clog. That's true. I should have put you up there as well. But I'll get up the rest of the track map. And I will, of course, do the intro that Static Hazard does in memory of the lad who is out working this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Midwest F1 League. I am your host, solo host this evening, Crash McQueen. And this is usually the part where he says, and I'm of course joined by my co-host Crash McQueen. How are you doing today, Crash? And I would respond, well, I'm doing pretty good. We were here yesterday in Formula 2, really looking forward to what COTA can bring to us. It's a fun track in the video game, but IRL, it's kind of hit and miss for a lot of guys. And for me, it's kind of a miss, to be completely frank. I could live without this track, and I'd be for seeing it redone, but right now we got Cake Thomas leading the way here. He's going to be the first around turn 20 onto his initial hot lap, so let's see what he can get done here. Comes a little bit squirrely out of the final turn. A little bit of oversteer, but I see in the chat there, Leviathan, how you doing tonight, lady? How are things in North Dakota? Got a couple of drivers already onto their hot lap. Cake Thomas will be the first one here, so we'll ride him out the entire lap and see what he's going to be. South Dakota. Oh, God. Would I be shot if I said that? The best Pons is back. Pons. Guess who's back? Back. Pons is back in the Renault. Now, of course, you can see we only have 18 drivers here tonight. We were missing a Racing Point as well as a Red Bull. Not the years for either of those teams, but pretty good. Okay, good stuff. So it's not a heated rivalry there. but who's next over? Is that JC or Jacko? Okay, so it's Cake Thomas, Jacko, Yolmir, I believe it was, then J Chase. I keep calling him JC. We already have a JC. It's J Chase. Good stuff. Have you voted in the poll there, Leviathan? It is. I just don't care. Oh, okay, alright. If you have voted, be sure to vote for pork chops so you can feel as much pressure as possible trying to get pull. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Cake Thomas is coming around the final turn. He is over the line for pole position. We'll quickly switch over to Jacko as he comes over as well. And let me try and find that. There's Yolmir. Oh shoot, there we go. J Chase over the line, just in behind his teammate. I think that Scavney comes over, and then we got a Merc of Clogmonger finishing up the final turn, but on an invalid. Is that Pork? That is Helg. Helg going into third. Is that Nikki? It is Nikki. Nikki going in 7th on the mediums. And then we got the solo Racing Point into the pit. A McLaren and Mystic Joker see what he can do, and he gets an early pull. Jinnit to win it closely follows. Actually, no, he just goes on to his hard lap. I messed that up. JC Blackley comes over the line for his initial time, as well as Mailmere into 4th. So some early times set here. Half the field, over half the field is actually set a time. We got 3 into the 130s, 5 into the 131s, 1 in the 134s, and 1 in the 132s. So some improvement to be made, to say the least. Money Matt comes over in 10th, setting those on the soft tire compound, so he's going to want to try and get a lot more time or a lot more wear out of those tires. Pork Chops is going to come over the line for his first time set into 11th onto the hards, going just slightly quicker than Nikki. Clogmonger, or is it Jinnit? It's going to be Clog the next over the line, as Best Pawns just starts his hot lap as well. And if I wanted to say in 14th right now, but it really doesn't matter because he hasn't set a time. But thank you everyone that is tuning in to this stream this evening, very much appreciated. This is of course Race Week 13 coming to you live from COTA at the Circuit of America's. Clogmonger kind of overcorrecting a little bit through turn 19. You can see there through turn 20 takes it a little bit sharp, and he's going to come through in 13th. Not actually, yeah, 13th. Not what he was wanting to do there. Jinnit Twin is going to be the next over here on the mediums. Let's see what he can get done. We're going to go on to fit it and see what everyone's got on their car right now. And Jinnit overtakes Money Matt, with Money setting his time on the softs and Jinnit on the medium. So Money's going to have to try and find a little bit of more time somewhere on track if he's going to try and move up the order here. Of course, 18 drivers here tonight. We're missing 2, one being Racing Point and one being a Red Bull. So unfortunate stuff, but it is what it is, and we'll progress forward, as that's what we do here in the Midwest F1 League. We don't let things bring us down. We keep on venturing on. We keep moving and grooving to the rhythm of the engine. There we go. Saved it. Best Pawns just finishing up his lap, which was, ooh, what is that? Fastest lap? That's a lie. Because fastest lap right now sits with Mystic. So we see up at the top of the screen there, you can see Mystic Joker sitting 1, Jacko 2, J Chase 3, Mailmere 4, and Helg 5. Now currently the poll, looking at results, sits with a lot of people putting a lot of stock into Pork Chops. And a lot of those people are set to be wrong, as only 3 votes goes to Jacko, 5 goes to Mystic. We got 26 to Kenny, so, and then we got a whopping 38, so over 50% of the people voted in this poll feel like Pork Chops is going to bring home pole. As I say, pole twice in a very short period of time, and it sounds weird. But we'll get on to our fearless leader here. We'll check out how he's doing. He's on the mediums. He might just come in. I'll have to see. That's a McLaren coming around the final couple turns. Pork Chops might have been trying to improve his time, but slightly invalidates. Best Pawns is next to set a time. So these tires are 2 laps old here, so they don't have the same grip as a normal fresh set. He's going to be losing a slight amount of time, but still, if he has a good lap, he can make up for what is lost. Comes around the final turn fairly cleanly and over the line into 11th place, just in behind Jinnit to win it. Not too shabby, seeing how Jinnit is one of our quicker drivers here. Oh, why am I P6? I do not belong here. Oh. Well, there you go, JC. You put on a solid lap here with no need to call for help. You're sitting pretty right there, guy. So Random Serious is going to come over the line, and he goes 6th. So there you go, JC. Random Serious heard your cries, and he says, "What are you doing up there?" And then knocks you back down. Nicky now will go unfitted and see that he is on his set of softs. So he is a guy that usually tends to go out on the mediums and then switch to the softs. Some of these guys like to get their feel for the Leviathan. Contributed 7,400 channel points to make sure that Pork Chops won. You really wanted Pork Chops to win that one there, Leviathan. Appreciate it. Nicky unfortunately validates early on in Sector 2, so he's going to have to find himself all the way around track and back at it. There he goes, Scavney over there. Random has already set a time. Jay Chase, Jacko. So I believe it's Scavney next, unless is that Nicky or that's Kenny. Okay, yeah. So Scavney is going to be our next over the line here, just to be sure. What other pull? But Scavney currently sitting in the last car in the top 10 here. He comes around the final turn. Looks like he's going to beat his time and does by about half a second and find himself into 8th place. Now, I think that was Jacko was over the line, but I wasn't able to exactly catch. He did improve on his time, though, but not enough. Random has just already set a time. Jay Chase is next over. He's already 1/10 down here around the final turn, over the line, and just barely misses out on his teammate for second place there. Cake Thomas here into the pit. Thought we were getting a little bit something more than what that was, but Seaberry, he is going to have to go once more around to set a time here. Clogmonger is just behind, and I think that's Jinnit to win it. No, that's Mystic Joker. Jinnit just started, so Mystic is back there. And Kenny would be next over, but he's invalidated. So we're going to take a peek on Scavney, and he's a second and a half off of his initial quickest lap. Yolmir is on an out, and then we were back at the 2 Ferraris. So nothing really going here. We'll have to get back up to Jinnit to win it. He's invalidated, so nothing going on for Jinnit there. Clogmonger is 0.06 of a second back. So still a little bit of time to go here. Quite a bit of lap to try and make up that gap. Do his best to try and get into the 131s. By doing that, that'll put you in the top 10, so something really to strive for. Let's see what he can do. Currently sitting at a 135, so he really needs to eat up some time wherever he lost it earlier. He's nearly done Sector 2 here. He's just got one more turn, then we can get the timestamp on exactly how far back or past he is on his initial quickest lap, and he comes over and completes Sector 2 and is 1/10 down. So he's really got to move because he's nearly a full second back of Nicky. And even with Nicky setting that lap on some medium, so the American is not living out his home Grand Prix very well, as is not just his own home Grand Prix, it's quite a few other drivers' home Grand Prix. But he's going to come over the line. How much is he going to improve? Once again, taking a little bit sharper of a line, and does make up some ground, but not quite enough. Jinnit is... it's actually Mystic. Where's Mystic going to go? Mystic improves by 0.4. Very well done. Helg starts a hot lap. Kenny is on a hot or out lap as well. Who do we got here next? It's got to be Seaberry. No, it's the best pawns on an out. Jinnit invalidates, so that one hurts. Money Matt behind him, so Money Matt is the next over the line to set a proper time here, as he's just going to finish up Sector 2, see where he finds himself. Half a second down of his initial quickest time, but he's still got to take off another half a second to get into the top 10. Really got to move here in his Div 1 debut. Money Matt is representing the Alfa Romeo. And I wouldn't be surprised if next season, with barring any sort of unforeseen circumstance, that we'll probably see those Alfa Romeos stay together for another season. But Money Matt does improve on his time quite a bit, as well as a position or two, and finds himself into 11th, but still nearly a half a second out of 10th place. So that gap between 10th and 11th is fairly large. What do we got here? Oh, it's going to be over the line. Is he's not on invalidated. He can show some real solid pace here. Just barely gets in the 130s, as well as just barely overtakes Meomir for 5th place. Mystic into the pit. Nikki invalidates on a set of softs here. I need to stop doing that. Like, oh, when did Yolmir come over the line? Oh, I completely missed that. Yolmir jumped up into 3rd place. He's in between the two Ferraris there. The best pawns. Oh! Well, interesting. Best pawn smokes the barrier going into the pit. Uh-oh, is that an AlphaTauri out of gas there? No, he's just pulled off to the side. Cake Thomas is well on and hot lap. Is that Meomir? That's Money Matt. Money's into the pit, so it is. See, Barry's got to come around the final turn clean, and he goes up into 11th. Cake 4/10 down. He jumps up into 7th. Good stuff from him. Next over is Kenny, and Kenny's invalidated again. The guy just can't keep it clean. Jacko's just going through the S's here. This is going to be his last time set. Let's see if the traffic ahead gets in his way. He's already 1/10 off. Doesn't invalidate there, even though going off. Game gives him a little slack there. Scavney's actually giving him a little bit of a tow here. So a huge favor there from Scavney and 10th to Jacko, giving him a toe. We'll have to see if that really helps most. Trying to rush into the pits. Yeah, Pons, I saw that, my guy. That sucks. Kenny's retired. No time set from the Season 1 World Champion. So yeah, Jacko already made up a 10th here, but he needs to make up 4 tenths if he's going to catch Mystic Joker. He's really got to grab some time somewhere. I don't know where, but he's really got to make up 4 tenths in one sector to have a chance. It can be done. Coming around the final corner. That's JC behind. Nikki behind. He does make up ground, but not enough. Jinnit Mystic on outlabs. Scavney starting his. Yolmir starting his. Jinnit starting his. So Jinnit actually still yet to set a proper time. In behind him is his teammate Mystic Joker. So we got a little bit of a line up going on here. Meomir is about to start his hot lap. As Cake's coming into the pit. Random Sirius is next over the line. So the session's done right now for Cake, Money Matt, and Clog. I'll have to see if Jinnit, Pork, Nikki can overtake and try and find themselves back up the order. Random Sirius is the only man in Sector 3 right now, timing it fairly well, having the track entirely to himself. You can see a good little line there going down that long stretch in Sector 2. But Random does jump up into 5th, so a solid time from him. JC Blackley is 1/10 down. Oh, and nearly bins it there. Nicky's in behind him. JC pulls off, as that's it for him. Jinnet's the next behind, so I'll have to go Jinnet, Nicky, Jinnet, and then I'm going to have to try and find myself over to Mystic. Where can Nicky go? Nicky over the line into 9th. Jinnet into 4th. Mystic as well. Yolmir. JC actually moving up into 2nd, but he's still got... No, he's done. C. Barry is next. There's way too much going on here. C. Barry into 11th. I think that's it for Pork. Yeah, Pork chalks it up. Mailmere on an invalidated. JC into the pit, and that is it for Quali. So, whoever guessed Mystic Joker on your poll. Let's view results here. Vote breakdown. Okay. Bit contributors. So, Anana Banana and Pork Chops voted for Mystic Joker. So thanks for taking part in the poll. Anana Banana and Pork Chops, you were right for a poll here. So let's start. I definitely did. Yeah, you definitely did. Ooh, I think I've got to resub. I myself need to resub. But once again, if you're curious, we will be doing trophies for the drivers here. Let's extend that. I think I've got to resub. I myself need to resub. Here we go. Need to get my tokens. But thank you for those that did donate to the Venmo. As with that money, we have the ability to pay out the trophies to the drivers, as well as the the trophies for Season 2 and Season 3. Well, I'll go through the order quickly. As we got Mystic Joker, JC Chase, Jacko in 3rd, Yelmir 4th, Jinnet 5th, Random 6th, Helg 7th, Mailmere 8th, Cake 9th, JC rounding out the top 10, C. Barry 11th, Nicky 12th, Scabney 13th, Money Matt 14th, Best Pawns 15th, Pork Chops 16th, Clogmonger 17th, and Kenny, no time, back down in 18th. As I can hear myself through my phone. Sub tokens are non-refundable. What? Redeem 5 tokens, get 1 free. You know what? I'm just gonna sub. How do I get a trophy? And you gave up. You gave up, Honda. Simple as that. Here, you do get this. Welcome to the Midwest subbed family. If you were thinking about subscribing there, Honda, then just gift a sub. Gift a sub to a random Joe Schmo in the chat. We'd very much appreciate it, as well as I appreciate everyone that's tuned in here tonight. Sorry I was on my phone for a mere moment there, as I had to resub myself. So, if you are interested at all in subbing into the crew, we very much appreciate it. But we're about to get underway here at COTA. Now, these drivers are going to go through their setups and make sure the best is for them. And no appreciate... What the heck am I saying? No problem there, Honda. Appreciate the continued support, even though you're not racing here anymore, my guy. What's your prediction for podium there, Honda, as well? What's everyone else's prediction? If you got one, put it into the chat. If you're Leviathan, you can just put down Pork Chops Honda and where's Stat and his dog. I know, right? Stat unfortunately is out working this evening. He had a shift change and has to abide by said rules. Okay, but we are starting our countdown. Yeah, there you go. Former teammate of Honda. Here we go, let's... Alright. I'm putting in another poll. There we go. Be sure to vote. Let's go. The new poll is: will Helgelian spin out before lap 5? What is your thought? Yes, no, before... I went to say before turn 1, but I guess before completion of lap 1 makes sense as well. So there you go. If you're interested in taking part of that, then by all means do. Mystic 1, Jacko, and Janet 3rd. All good, man. Just have fun. There you go. So the drivers are going around to... And you know what? Honestly, I'm still kind of not used to... so I'm getting more used to it now. But it's kind of funny how Season 2 is nearly all over, and I've finally gotten used to a formation lap. We never did it in Season 1. We don't do it really any other league, or any of our leagues. So I'm finally getting used to it on the Thursdays. But Honda, what's your predicted pit stop strategy here? If you're starting on the mediums, is that the advantage, or starting on the softs? But the standings for the drivers, good question. I will pull that up right here. I've been behind on posting it in for our Twitter page, so I can't just direct you there, which is what... See, if I were to go like this, see, it comes up. I say that it has it, but it honestly doesn't, so don't go there. I'll just tell you that Jacko has finally overtaken you, Honda, for first place, and he sits at 405 points. Mystic Joker is just out of striking distance if Jacko were to DNF in a race. He's at 351, so Mystic's really got to keep slashing down that gap. Jay Chase is sitting in 4th/3rd with 268, so nearly 100 points back of Mystic. Over 100 points back of his teammate in Jacko. Cam is 5th, but is not with us here tonight. And then we got the two fairly consistent Haas's, as well as a Alfa Romeo. In Maomir, Random Series sits 9, and Janet to win it rounds out the top 10. Going to constructors quickly. Ferrari leads by 116 points over the McLarens for 656 to 540. Mercedes sits at 507, and we are about to get... What the heck kind of a view was that? Alright, here we go. Let's pull all this down. We see Mystic Joker get a fairly good run. Jack was really good here yesterday. Janet to win it actually gets a good run going into turn 1. Yolmir having to defend the inside line. Random Sirius actually going right down the inside. Mystic holds the lead into turn 1. Jay Chase gets into it with Kate Thomas and flips him and puts him into a pop shove it. The best pawns as well looks to be getting a little bit of a tussle there. Money Matt and JC Blackley are battling it around the turns, but Money Matt gets the position ahead and then sends it down into the turn. See, Barry had to jump out of the way there as he was not anticipating someone as well. He wasn't there, but a little bit of a tap from JC Blackley, but nothing too bad. Pork Chops overtakes JC, and JC sends it back down the inside line, being able to do so on those hards. Random Sirius looks to have a really good start, and he's got Yolmir under pressure here. Taking a quick look at the position changes. He's up 2, Yolmir up 1, Jacko down 3. It's not what you want to see if you're the wily Aussie. But Scabney going at Mailmere. Mailmere's got the inside line as well as the tire advantage. Best Pawns and a lot of battling. And oh no, Kenny is spun out and he's down the order into 18th. Still early on here. JC once again taking a dive down the inside line. Pork Chops gives him room and JC gets a position. Mystic is trying to shake Jay Chase up for first place there, but Jay's doing a solid job. As I say that, he lost 0.4 of a second in one turn. Mystic comes over with the fastest lap early on here. we'll go over to the tire compounds and see most of the field is on the softs. Jeanette and Jacko are into the pit. No, I think we're just getting a little bit of server lag there. Or am I? Yeah, no, I think we're just getting a little server lag. It says that they're way back down, but that is incorrect. Jeanette currently sits in 4th as the standings, or the... Yeah, you can see what's going on there. Seabury first to pick up a penalty. I'm not sure if there's any passes going on right now because everyone's passing each other supposedly on the screen there. But it'll fix itself, sure enough, and I think it finally has. And there we go. Jeanette to win it is in 5th. Jacko in 6th. And I don't believe that there's that big of separation between the drivers here. But on to Nikki. Nikki, the second highest driver on the softs. Oh, that's what I'm doing. There we go, okay. Oh, Random and Yomir battling into turn 12. Yomir going down the inside line. Looks to get the position. Will Random battle back here as we're on board with Jeanette to win it. And she's got a fairly good view of this little tussle here, and Yomir ends up getting it done in the end. So going back to the position changes. Random once again finds himself back and forth. Yomir sitting in 3rd. Yomir's got DRS, but opts to not use it going into turn 1. Jacko still sitting in 6th after that slight little drop early on. Yeah, they were pretty big roll last night in F2. JC Blackley trying to come back at Seabury in the same spot that he was at before. Seabury, of course, had the lead, or had 12th position. Then just at this turn right here, which is 9, Seabury accidentally knocked a little bit at JC Blackley, but it wasn't too vicious. And JC found himself back on the track, only losing a little bit of positions. But he's back trying to battle for 12th as well as Jeanette to win it, trying to come at Random Serious along the inside line. He gets the full card ahead and has the position into 4th. Jeanette to win it goes. Now he's going to try and get a little piece of that Haas. JC in the best pawns. Whoa, what happened there? I have no clue how that happened. The best pawns was sideways and JC Blackley was trying to 4x4 over him. Of course, not presuming that JC was at fault there. It was just kind of funny how that turned out. Random Serious gets an early penalty here. Kenny also picking up one. Seabury had one from earlier. A decent line from 3rd all the way down into around 8th has been formed. Other than that, some of these drivers have found some separation. Mr. Joker has opened up that gap between himself and Jay Chase. Money Matt trying to battle on Nikki, but Nikki does a good job sending it around the outside. Money Matt still holding back into 11th. Seabury getting another penalty, sitting 12th right now. The penalties are going to keep hurting him. The best pawns, looks like he sent it down the inside line. Clogmonger gave him the initial room, but now the best pawns does get the full car ahead in 15th. And Clogmonger, you can tell, just slightly mistimes those S's and finds himself mistiming the rest of them. But here we go. Money Matt is going to try and once again come back at Nikki. He's got a penalty and Nikki's kept it clean. So right now Nikki would still hold it if the race were to end right now, but of course that won't, as we have 24 full laps to go before the end of that. So Money Matt doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it done here. But Yolmir's still just sitting outside of DRS between himself and JC, so, or Jay Chase, man, I gotta stop that. Oh, who's that? Is that? I think Kenny once again spun out and picked himself back up. COTA is not what he was hoping it to be. A 10-second penalty to boot. Ouch. Things aren't going the Season 1 Champions way, but we're gonna have a little bit of a DRS train, so it's gonna make it real hard to get an overtake here. And yeah, Kenny has actually retired from the session. Just not the not the Thursday evening that he was hoping for. I'm really hoping that doesn't do that stupid glitch where it just brings the car out of the pit and parks on the side of the track. This could slowly but surely keep creeping up and away from Jay Chase. 3.5 seconds separates the drivers here. Jinnit to win it. Still trying to hunt down Yolmir. Yolmir will not. Yes, he will not get DRS going into turn 12, but is Jinnit close enough? I don't think so. That straight stretch doesn't look to be long enough, and the DRS train will continue here. People are struggling to overtake now that the race is opened up here. But staying on the position changes. Kate Thomas has lost the most positions as we got going here. 8 positions down from his initial 9th place qualifying position. Seabury has dropped 1, as well as JC Blackley has dropped 5. Jacko down 3. And it looks like a weird amount of drivers have moved up compared to the drivers that have moved down. But it's the way she goes. And can Jinnit get close enough to Yolmir to maybe send it into turn 1? That inside line is always open, but to actually get around the turn, it just leaves you with such a bad racing line out of it that it's more worth it just to stick in behind and try and keep it clean going through that turn so you don't lose too much time. But Jinnit Twin is staying fairly close to Yolmir here. Yol can shake him, as well as Yol is having troubles to catch up to Jay Chase, as Jay's having a really good initial first 5 laps, holding 2nd place, and it's actually Jacko who gets the position on random. I'm not sure how that happened, but Helg actually sends it down the inside as well. Random Serious looking to lose 2 positions in a matter of 2 corners here. JC Blackley picking up the penalty. Random Serious was tucked right in behind Helg, who defends the inside line, but then goes a little bit too deep and somewhat opens it back up for Random Serious to get close to him, and Random's trying to find somewhere on track to do it, but this may be a day for pit strategies more than any other we've seen. We just have this nice little line set from around actually 8th place now all the way up to 3rd, even you can even say 2nd, of drivers so very tightly woven together. There goes Yolmir into the pit, so maybe trying to be the first one to flex his muscle here and show a pit stop strategy. Let's see, he looks like he's going to get some mediums. Honda, you reckon mediums can last the rest of this race? Honda, you're kind of my on-field reporter, just so you know. If you're still here. Hannah's my wine expert. And Leviathan is my insider on whether Pork Chops, Clog Monitor, and Helg are talking shit to each other at work. Don't think so. Yeah, it'll be extremely tough. Maybe risking an actual popping of a tire. Helg's trying to hunt down Jacko. He's doing a fairly good job, but it looks like the straight isn't long enough. Takes a look at the inside line, but nothing quite going there. Random Serious was in 4th for the longest time here, but he's slotted back to his initial qualifying position of 6th place. Scavney is 10 seconds off of that pace, still moving up 5 spots, so some fair stuff from him. Seabury's getting fairly close to Yolmir there for 11th place. As they're coming through Sector 3 right now, Jacko going a little bit deep through that turn. I wonder if Helg can get something going here. Oh, he's into the slipstream here. We might have a move into turn 1. Jacko. Quite possibly could have been a late move on Jacko, but he did put his car right in the middle of the track and made it as hard as possible for Helg to overtake. JC and Cake. Oh! JC's in the wall. That is a full safety car. A full-on safety car. Is Clog gonna pit? Clog has already pit, hasn't he? Yeah, Clog's actually on some fairly fresh mediums. So pretty much just what this will do for him is bring him back close to the drivers. That was a pretty gnarly crash from JC, swinging around the turn, the right-hander of turn 18, and getting a real good piece of that wall. But right now we got a Renault sitting on track just after turn 3, waiting for all the drivers to come catch up. Now this is, we're running out of time. Oh yeah, Hannah's got the emojis. Leviathan, let me see the emojis. Honda, you as well, man. Let me see the Midwest safety cars. Okay, here we go. So Jinnet's actually into the pit. As quite a few other drivers are. Mystic is into the pit. Will he get out? Yes, he will. He does get out of the way as the McLarens go for a double stack here. Lovely stuff from the McLaren pit crew there. Gotta tip your cap. Ooh. Jay Chase, I did not pit. He's gonna try and make these softs last a little bit longer. Some other drivers in the pit, that being Steve Barry, the best pond, and Cake Thomas. So up the grid, we see Scavney, Nikki, Money Matt, and JC all not pitting on the safety car. Pork Chops as well down in 12th, and Clogmonger in 14th. Not pitting either. I think Jay Chase made a mistake not pitting there. In my opinion, I think it would have been in his best interest to come and pit. Now he's going to be stuck out on some old softs. Honestly, it's tough to imagine a situation for Jay to get himself back into this race. Oh wait, actually there we go, so he does pit, as does Money Matt. He's gonna go right to the back of the grid now though. That really hurts the Ferrari team. Mediums will potentially go the rest of the way here. So keeping that in mind, only a few drivers still need to pit. Helg was actually the only one, as well as Money Matt. There you go, Money Matt going to the hards as well. So we'll have to see how well Helg can make those last. But if you like what you see, be sure to shoot the stream a follow. We very much appreciate it. It lets us know that we're doing a decent job, and if you think that we can improve in any other way, just type it into chat there. I do read that as much as possible. So, but when we have a break in action, we will check with Okay, there we go. Alright. We're going to check out with how Crash McQueen's fantasy hockey team is doing here. Ooh, a couple big games. Leading the way, as it stands right now, at 252 to 164. So you gotta love what you see. Now, me being Canadian, I always tend to bring up the NHL scores for the evening. So why break tradition? So it's Thursday night. We've seen a lot of games in action. But we're back at it, so we can't get to that. Jay Chase once again back into the pits. Kate Thomas taking over 13th place from Money Matt and gets a little bit of a cut of the turn. Helgen Random Series battling it out. Random Series is able to ride through that corner quicker on the mediums. The penalties are really coming down here. Mystic Joker has already overtaken Scavney as well as open up a gap. Did Jinnick get tapped by... Oh, Mailmir's out. Yolmir's spun out as well. And Mailmir's into the wall. So it's another driver gone. Jacko overtaking Nikki. There was some sort of contact. VSC is out. Pork Chops might be going for a two-stop strategy, as well as Seaberry and the best pawns. Making softs last the rest of the way will be very difficult. Mayomir's gone. Quite unfortunate. I'd like to see the POV of that. VSC is done. Back to green racing. Some pit stops from... Oh, both Renaults are coming in, so they're going to double stack. That's going to hurt the best pawns in behind. Jinnett's trying to hunt down Nikki and not let Jacko get too far ahead. Jay Chase onto some... Or he is on medium, sorry. Nikki has those mediums wearing out a little bit. Jinnett's going to want to try and overtake as soon as possible here. Maybe a move into 11 is in the cards. Jinnett's forced to cut the turn a little bit, but does get the move done. And as well, I think he's going to get DRS. Or no, sorry, we won't get DRS as we just had a safety car. Pork Chops, oh, gets the move done on Clogmonger, and as well, Pork Chops gets the move on Money Matt. So Pork Chops passing two cars in a matter of one turn, and then Clogmonger on those 11-lap old mediums is going to get alongside Money Matt. Money's going to try and send it all the way around the outside. Gets back ahead, but then Clogmonger is able to hold out, and then once again just lose the position as these two are switching every turn as it seems, but Money's going to be able to take it back. And oh, Clog missing that turn a little bit, dropping the position as well. Pork Chops now into 9. Random Sirius is going to get past Nikki here. Jacko's trying to catch Scavney. Jinnett's hoping that Scavney can hold up Jacko for a little bit and let him catch back up here. But early on after this safety car and VSC, the field's really opened up. Mystic someone in a race of his own, 2.5 seconds separating himself and Scavney behind, as well as Scavney needing to pit. Jacko doesn't look like he's going to be able to get a move done here, maybe into 12. Nearly gets alongside him, actually right before DRS, does get alongside him, so Jacko gets ahead of Scavney here. Jinnett finds himself three quarters of a second out of the Haas
for third, sorry. Scavney on, of course, 12-lap old mediums. And yes, does need to pit. Yulmir and Money Matt having somewhat of a battle there that Yulmir came on top of in turn 12. So Scavney currently has moved up 10 positions, but like I said, still yet to pit. Jinnet's going to want to try and overtake Scavney into turn 1 at least here, but Scavney gets a pretty good run out of turn 20, and I don't think Jinnet has a long enough run to get it done. He's just going to send it down the inside and gets the car slowed down enough to get the move done by Jinnet. That's a lovely move right there, honestly. Not much of a gap. He knew that he needed to do it. Scavney left the door very slightly open. It didn't even look like it was truly open, but Jinnet sends it down the inside and gets the move done. Now Random Serious is going to try and work on Scavney, but a penalty to Jinnet to win it ruins that celebration that I just gave to him. But Helg does a nice little switchback to the outside of Nikki, and a little bit of contact, and no, Hannah, get the wine. Nikki is gone, and a VSC to clean up the wreckage of the second Williams DNFing in this Grand Prix. Oh no. That didn't look facetious, or that didn't look vicious at all, honestly. I think that was just a little bit of bad luck on Nikki's part. It may be different on board, but another Williams gone. Hannah, I'm so sorry for your loss. So Helg comes into the pit. I'm not sure why. It doesn't look like he has any sort of wing damage in the mediums. Or does he have a drive-through penalty? No, he's full on pitting. Jinnet's not too far out of Jacko. He's going to sit in DRS range, as well as Random Serious back down in 5th is really close on to Scavney. Scavney does a pretty decent job getting out of turn 12. Jinnet has got ERS and DRS and the slipstream, and he's going to push it down into the inside line. Has it stuck, but Scavney's doing a good job of fighting back. Random sends it a little bit deep, trying to get the overtake done into 13, and does get the car fully ahead before turn 15. Into 4th place, Random goes with 3 seconds separate him and Jinnet to win it. So Jinnet's going to try and hunt down Jacko as well as Jay Chase, as finds himself up into 10th after that different pit stop strategy, not what he was hoping for. Well, what tire compounds do we see out here? Pork chops, sport and softs. Helg, yes, he just did have a drive-through penalty. Back down into 11th for Helg. Jade Chase trying to get the maneuver done on Money Matt. He's in the slipstream. He's got some real solid pace coming to turn 1. Up the hill we go. Jay's got the inside line. Goes a little bit deep through the turn, and Money Matt switches back on him, but Jay's going to try and hold the inside line around to cut the corner, but not enough going there. Money Matt holds on to 9th place. Jinnet getting DRS, but that gap might be a little bit too long, even though he's making up some real ground here. Nearly a half a second up until the turn. Let's see if Jay can get a good run out of turn 11 here. Looks like he does within a quarter of a second already. DRS, ERS, slipstream he goes. Gets alongside Money Matt. I don't think Money's going to be able to defend as well this time, as the full car is ahead. For 9th place goes the Ferrari. Seven laps deep on those mediums. Mystic Joker setting the fastest lap. Scavney finally into the pit. I mean, we gotta see softs, I guess. Pork Chop sporting these softs. Honda, when do you reckon that Pork Chops needs to pit to throw in another set of softs? I guess lap 20, hey? Lap 20 or 21. Probably 20. But I mean, he's gonna drop so far down. Hannah, how dare Nikki embarrass you like that? Crashing out and not getting any points for the Williams. You know what? 19 to 20, yeah. You know, I think, personally, Hannah, Nikki needs to go buy you a bottle of wine right now, because that's a joke. Your client is embarrassing you, Hannah, and he needs to make you forget by giving you as much red wine as you need. So Helg, just outside of Scavney there, Scavney onto some fresh softs. He should be able to ride those out for the rest of the race. Let's see where he can find himself up. Currently 3 seconds back on Money Matt, who's 6 laps deep on those hards with the penalties. Speaking of, let's go over and see how many is handed out. Helg currently sitting with 8. Clog with 9. A battle for 13th here between the Best Pawns and Clogmonger. Clog going a little bit deep, opens up the gap slightly to the Best Pawns, but the Best Pawns opts out, doesn't want to get into any sort of trouble here, as we got 10 full laps to go here. Mystic Joker is coming down the straight. Clogmonger opens up the gap. Oh, and a little bit of contact between the drivers. Clogmonger concedes the position to the Best Pawns. Not sure if there's too much damage between the two drivers there, but there was definitely a solid collision. No damage to Clog. Don't get to see much with that wing cam. Yelmir got the position on Pork Chops. Pork Chops' softs may be starting to fall away here. Ooh, Pork. Ooh, mass oversteer there. Coming out of 15, but he's able to save it. That was close. Scavney has already found himself within a half a second of Money Matt here. Money Matt was 6 seconds worth of penalty. Scavney just wants to get it done on track and maybe try and find himself up near where Jay Chase is winning this race. Pork needs to pit. Agreed. It looks like he's going to stick out for one more lap. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Scavney's going to get the overtake fairly easy on Money Matt there with those fresh set of softs. Money Matt can't battle all too much, sporting some older hards. Ooh, Jacko went a little bit deep there, but gives himself a pretty decent run. Can Jinnit get into the slipstream to get into second place? It doesn't look like he will. No, nothing happened here. So Mystic sitting with the fastest lap, which is a second quicker, or nearly a full second quicker than anyone else's lap. So Jinnit has really been finding his groove as of late. Jinnit's trying to chase down Jacko, but maybe taking a little bit of a worse racing line to try and get as close to Jacko as he possibly can. And all Jin needs is to sit back, savors, and make his move. Last 2 laps, big move. Yeah, but Jacko doesn't have any penalties, so Jinnit, in a way, needs to overtake Jacko and then create 3 seconds, or he can do that and hopefully wait for Jacko to get a penalty, but who knows if that can happen. So many penalties. So Jinnit's currently sitting with 3. I don't know how many warnings he has. Helg has caught Money Matt, so Helg's looking to get into 9th. So Helg with 8 seconds worth of penalties, Money Matt with 6. So Random Serious as well with 6 seconds worth of penalties. Highest positions moved so far is only 6, tied between Money Matt and Scavney. Helg breaking very deep into 12. Jinnit, I think, is just pushing a little bit too much and ruining his runs out of the turns. He's trying to brake as late as possible, but by doing so, he's messing with his racing line and not taking a clean launch out of the turns. You've noticed that in the last couple of turns going into the DRS sections there. It does a very decent job going through the S's there. We've got Clogmonger, who's going to be lapped just ahead. So Clog is going to give Jacko DRS, I believe. Clog gets the blue flag, moves over the side. Jacko DRS, so he does get DRS, and which is unfortunate, as this might have been the straight that Jinnit could have taken him down with 4/10 separating the 2 drivers, and that's about the gap that you needed to be for you to have a chance. Helg's still in behind Money Matt. He might be able to make a move coming down that long stretch that we were just on board with Jinnit on. We'll get a little bit of a back view here, as you can see in behind as well Yolmir, but Yolmir doesn't have DRS. Oh yes, he does. The back wing is open now. Yolmir swerving out and around. He's gonna get alongside Helg. Helg's trying to defend here, but Yolmir's gonna brake late. Helg once again giving Yol room, but Yol gets a little bit of an oversteer, and that's gonna push him back into 10th. On fresh softs as well as pork chops. So we'll see what pork chops can do with those tires here. Jinnit finds himself fairly close to Jacko now, really putting the pressure on Jacko. Jacko's got to be feeling the heat, but all he got to do is not get any penalties, and second place is virtually his. Well, Jinnit needs to overtake, and then on top of that create a 3-second gap between himself. Jacko's got some really solid racecraft, so we'll see if Jinnit can just outpace him here, and we might have a move here. He's trying to reach for that slipstream, but I don't think he's going to get it in time, closing that gap ever so slightly, but yeah, he just couldn't get that slipstream. Not close enough in this occasion. Can Helg get close enough here on Money Matt, as well as can Yolmir get close enough here on Helg? Braking late into turn 11, trying to get a good run out. Looks like Yulmir does get a good run, as does Helg. So Money Matt might get overtaken twice here, as Yulmir might try and do a double on the inside line. Helg can't defend as Yulmir's got the softer tire compound, and into 7th or 8th place. Sorry, Yulmir goes as well into 9th. Helg goes, Money Matt sitting in 10th. So Yul's surely going to pull away. Oh, Mystic and Jacko are battling, and I may have caught the last little bit of that battle there. I was just distracted by the one for 8th place. But I'm not too sure what to make of that. Both drivers got into it a little bit there, and I will play Switzerland once again. There we go, Helg and Money Matt actually battling it out into turn 1, but Helg is able to get his car back ahead. If anyone wants to see an attempt in a last and first race, I'll be streaming Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Got a quality ban for next race in Austria, and Mystic will be in the race as well. Interesting stuff. Uh-oh, no, he spun out. He done spinned it out. Gets overtaken by Money Matt and his teammate in Pork Chops. Pork Chops is going to try and hunt down Money Matt here. That's not what you want to see. Unfortunate stuff. Does Jinnit have... No, Jinnit's got his whole wing. He's got a fairly safe gap between himself and Random Serious, does Jinnit. Some good points tonight for the McLarens. Jay Chase has worked himself back up into 6th place. Pork Chops is going to get DRS on Money Matt and try and work himself into 9th place. Gets his full car ahead. And gets the move done into turn 1. Pork Chops now into 9th place, moving up 7 spots from his initial starting place. So Pork Chops set to get in 24 times 4. Okay, I'm just trying to think if that's 90% of the race. %. What's the ruling states again? Must complete 90%. So I'm not sure if Helg knows that he needs to complete one more lap to get points. Clog moves up into 13th here. Still not his day. JC into the pit late for some softs, and imagine looking to get fastest lap here. Pork Chop does overtake. Money Matt will also, so JC is going to actually have to try and overtake 2 drivers to get any sort of clear air. He sits 3.5 seconds back, but he's sitting in 10th. So he was initially sitting in 6th, which would have been 20 points, and then dropped down into 10th. He's sitting at 12. So if he were to get fastest lap, that'd be 5 points. So he'd initially need to get back up into 8th, as well as get fastest lap to get the same points that he had before sitting in 6th. So I'm not exactly sure if that was planned, but looks like we're getting some really dark clouds as this race is drawing to a close. The 2 Haas teammates battling it out into turn 12. Ooh, Yulmir sending it down the inside line on Scavney, but a little bit of oversteer is going to make it so Scavney holds on to position. Yulmir does have a penalty, and is 6 seconds worth, so just might be in his best interest to not risk a Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen situation here. He's going to battle him out through turn 20. I mean, all this will be for naught, and you're risking, I mean, a 12th and 13th position finish if you get a crash at this point, so I'm not sure if this is exactly worth it. Jinnit to win it actually picks up another penalty, so I think he's just accepting of 3rd place now. Random Series is just a little bit too far out of Jinnit. Random can see Jinnit here, so he might be able to get something at the last turn. The last lap, sorry. So JC is now in behind Money Matt. Money Matt's 4.5 seconds between himself and Pork Chops. Now JC, there you go, he's going to get past Money Matt. Now JC's got to try and close a 5-second gap between himself and Pork, as well as get the fastest lap to gain back those points that he seemingly gave up. We'll take a quick look at what is fastest lap. What am I doing here? Yeah, there we go. What was that? Fastest lap is currently sitting with Mystic Joker. How does J Chase have 100%ers? Yeah, I'm not sure. So now Random's actually trying to work into the podium. Hardest Charger currently sits with Pork Chops, and I don't think that's going to change. Even if J Chase does get the overtake, Pork Chops will still get Hardest Charger. Our podium might be in a little bit of jeopardy here, as it seemingly was set for the longest time, but now Random Serious is putting in some really solid pace in the latter stages of this race, and is nearly within DRS. Can you pull that back up? Toronto does get DRS. Is there any sort of difference between the tires? No, even since that safety car all the way back when Random Series is going to try and give her. He's got a decent amount of ERS, where Jinnit is trying to scrape as much as he can. Random Series trying to make up as much ground as possible onto the last lap. You can see Mystic Joker coming through turn 11. J Chase does set fastest lap. Now he needs to try and overtake Pork Chops to get that extra point instead of just staying in 6th. But here we go. Random Series has got DRS. He's actually got a really good run. He's going to be able to challenge Jinnit into this next turn, trying to get on the final podium position. Gets his car ahead. Jinnit around the outside, tries to defend, gets pushed off track ever so slightly there. Random Series locks up into 13. Jinnit now sitting off of the podium and goes for a little bit of a switchback maneuver, and then a little bit of a bump once again by Jinnit as these drivers are not giving way. Jinnit seemingly giving up the position. Mystic Joker comes over with the win. Jacko will surely be second. Pork Chops and J Chase are battling there. I'd like to switch, but it looks like Jinnit's going to hold out on... Ooh, Pork Chops is really trying to fight here. Trying to go around the outside here, back into 15th. So congratulations to the podium as well to Jinnit, just barely holding on. Random Series currently sitting fourth. Cake in fifth. Yulmir sixth. Scavney seventh. Jay Chase will surely get eighth, unless some sort of penalty here in the final turn, but doesn't look like it will be. Porkchops nearly bins it there, as the rain looks like it just was about to come down there, but Porkchops going into ninth, which will be our hardest charger for the evening. And then Seaberry, the two Renaults, are the last to finish up here. But I will message in and try and get our drivers for interviews here. Mystic, Jacob, Gannett. Oh. York. And there you see Mr. Joker with the celebration for a race win for the McLaren. I believe his third of the season. 1, 2, yes, third of the season. So he's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's only got 5 more to go to catch Honda, as Honda just absolutely smoked the league for the first half of the season. But we'll get into what is not currently set in stone of how the race finished, but this is what we have so far until steward reports and whatnot come through. So Mystic Joker finishing first, Jacko second, Jinnit to win it, rounding out the podium. Random Serious fourth, Cake Thomas fifth, Yulmir sixth, Gavney seventh, Jay Chase eighth, Porkchops ninth, Money Matt 10th, Seaberry 11th, the best pawns 12th, Clogmonger 13th, and DNFs from Kenny, J.C., Blackley, Mailmere, and Nikki, as well as I'm not sure if Helg will get points for 14th. We'll see. To be determined. Oh, is that Div 4 or 3? I think that's Div 3. I think a Div 3 we see Uncle Ben's Rice with the win, El Capitano in second, Valentine in third. So well done to those guys. Porkchops has joined the party. Whoa. Porkchops is Monkey Mafia in Div 3?
Yes.
Okay. He just sent me the picture of the finish, and I just didn't know what division he's in. He's in a new one every week, as it seems. Alright, who said something? Need invite. Oh. So, I'm not sure about steward reports that will be coming in, but there's a lot of elbows getting out in some areas. But well, I guess while we're just chilling, how was your battle with Jay Chase in the last lap there, Pork? What happened there? It was fairly
I
tight.
had dead tires.
Yeah, looked like it. Yeah,
But I was trying
Yeah.
to hold him off.
It was close. You nearly had him. Yeah, you honestly nearly had him. But he did a good job there. Best Pawns shoots us a subscription. It's third month at Tier 1. Thank you very much, Pawns. Love having you in the league, my guy. Appreciate it. But yeah, that was a close battle. Because I did the math quickly, and he pitted on when he was 6th. And he needed to overtake Money Matt as well as you, as well as get fastest lap to make back the points that he lost. And just passing you in the last little bit was like just barely enough.
Yeah, no, he absolutely crushed it.
Yeah. Well, he screwed himself with when he pitted too, because he didn't pit initially on safety car, and then found himself all the way in the back of the pack when he did pit.
I saw that. I was kind of concerned that he was screwing himself over.
Yeah. It wasn't the best of strategies. Is we got everyone in here. Okay, good stuff. So, congratulations to the podium getters as well as to Pork Chops for you getting hardest charger. First time we've been able to talk to you for a little bit here. I am solo this evening. My wily Aussie companion is at work this evening at the supermarket or whatever he works. I'm pretty sure he works like a supermarket or whatever. So, we will start with Mystic Joker. Someone in a race of your own this evening. How do you feel that it went? Starting with qualifying, you seem to have just smoked it every lap that you went out there.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with quali. Finally got a good lap in. I was scared that I was gonna end up invalidating or whatever, which is always scary around this track in quali. But yeah, I mean, it was good. Definitely could have gone quicker. Fortunately, in my last attempt, I messed that up. But yeah, was confident. Just needed to get a good launch off the line at the start, and that happened. And from there, it was pretty much, yeah, like you said, running my own race. But happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, all you had to really do is just who is first in after the safety car there? I think it was Scavney.
Yeah, it was Scavney.
That
Or
was
no, it was JC, but then he got a drive-through or whatever, and he went into the pits.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you had two battles the entire race, both into turn one, and then from that point on, it was just lapping cars.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It was, it was honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. It's kind of like a dominant performance. Feels good to have one of those every once in a while,
Yeah, for
instead
sure.
of some silliness happening here and there.
Yeah.
I remember early on in the season, I had a lot of bad luck. Um,
Yeah, honestly, I know I know Honda's like not that much quicker than you, and it showed as if he was every race, but I believe that you could have gotten a couple wins throughout the year, but as well as like you said, some bad luck here or there just kind of led to Honda winning every race. But now that he's gone, then you're trying to take that reign back and trying to hunt down that wily Aussie who finished second today. But once again, congratulations, Mystic. Thanks for stopping in for the interview.
yeah, thanks.
But yeah, on to Jacko here. Second place for you. How'd you feel that your race went from qualifying to finish?
Firstly, congratulations to Mystic, untouchable in this particular event. I think a little bit of that is, my approach to tracks that are easy to make corner cuts on. I tried not to get a penalty. Obviously, Mystic did the same, so congrats on that as well. But another part of it is there's a bit of a wheel advantage at this track in the first and second sector. So I was hoping for second place in this race, given the situation in the Drivers' Championship, in that second place for the remainder of the races will do it for me. So that was my aim. Unfortunately, at turn one, I encountered a bit of the old lag, and I don't know if it's kind of like the Baku problem we had, where there was a lot of red X's I could see next to people's names, and the race was not occurring the same on my screen as it was, I believe, for everyone else. And then there was a sudden shift of everyone going further ahead. So I lost out pretty big time there, and I had to wait a few laps while the lag sort of stopped spiking, because I was passing cars and then they were appearing ahead of me again. So I was losing a lot of time. Thankfully, I was able to make some moves later in that stint. And then when the safety car came out, obviously Jin and I were in a position where stacking would be a problem. Didn't seem to be a problem for Jin, from what I could tell. Maybe he lost a second or two, but not a position. Whereas at Ferrari, I was straight on to JC saying, "Hey man, can I play a Drivers' Championship card and have you stay out?" That's why he had the bad strategy, by the way. But before he even could answer, he had a drive-through. I think possibly the distraction of the conversation, And at that point, it was obviously the best choice to have him stay out because he was in the poor position with the drive-through. And then, thankfully, at the end of the race, I redeemed myself by suggesting he pit to go for the fastest lap, because not only did it gain him 1 point in terms of, he lost 4 points on track and then gained 5 for the fastest lap, but he also removed 5 points from Mystic, which is quite important for both championships. So that's like 6 points for the team versus McLaren and 5 back for me. So JC definitely played a team game today, and I'm very thankful for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than one small incident with Jin, in which we kind of got locked together. I'm hoping that didn't look any worse on his perspective than it did for me. I think it could have been a bit of lag.
Squeezed me on the outside. That's what it felt on my screen.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Could have ended both our races in theory. Could have.
I agree. I think we had a bit of latency going there. I certainly had pretty bad lag this race, and I think I just got caught on you, and I tried going as hard left as I could. Did you get damage from that? Sorry if you did. Okay, damn. Oh well, yeah, these things happen. I'm glad it didn't completely destroy us, and you managed to stay third.
Yeah, speaking of, congratulations once again to you, Jacko, but going to Jinnit, you had quite the little last lap tussle with Random Serious. Why don't you quickly take me through that, and then we'll get on to the rest of it.
Yeah, pretty much fucking... I knew he was going to get me on the straight, and my last chance was just sending it as he went wide for that hairpin left. But I feel like I left well enough space, enough for him to try and get a better exit than me on the outside. But obviously he didn't, and I was expecting him to come back at me for the last 2 corners as well, knowing I had wing damage, but he didn't, so I keep third. Small points for McLaren.
There you go, good stuff. Now quickly, are you a Celtic or Rangers fan?
Me, I'm not Scottish.
No, but I thought you have a Scottish flag.
They were British.
Or no, that's Sadistic King. Oh, okay, never mind. My mistake. Mixing up my British folks.
You are indeed.
Oh Christ! Oh no, I'm embarrassing myself.
Oh,
I thought.
Fired now.
No, I thought I was. I like to pride myself on being Mr. National. I like to. I talk Australia with Stat all the time, just geographics and whatnot. And I pride myself on Money Matt always throws me a different flag every time that he joins up, and I'm usually pretty good at guessing the flag. And now I'm just. Now I've just chalked it all up and made myself look like an idiot. But other than that, why don't you tell us how your qualifying went? And you seemed like you put a lap in on the very last possible seconds there to get yourself up on the board and qualify in a good spot.
I invalidated my second run, and pretty much it was a one-shot quali again for me. Just made sure I got a time in.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny nearly had that issue, but he ended up just not being able. Yeah, you did have that issue, but he just ended up not having to set a time, and then it just wasn't the young lad's race. So, it is what it is for the kid. But good stuff from you today, Janet. Honestly, you're due for a W fairly soon here. You don't have a Division 1 win yet, do you? I think you're.
No.
Yeah, you're due one. You're due one. Mystic has got to sacrifice his strategy once or twice for you. Jay Chase is doing it for Jay Chase is doing it for Jacko. I mean, he can. I guess,
I'll play the team game. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but real quick,
just take out 2
sure,
Ferraris in one turn, and then it's all Jinnits. Okay, but yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just gonna say that definitely happy to get a double podium with Jinnit, and unlucky that he got that damage, but he managed to keep P3, so. Very, very happy with that.
Yeah, we got two absolute powerhouse teams, followed by a third dark horse powerhouse team in the AlphaTauri's, and we'll kick it off to Pork Chops there. So you went with a 2-stop strategy. Was that your plan from the entire race, or did that just kind of turn into that way?
It turned into that during the safety car. I was doing just a 1-stop medium to soft, and then because it was in the middle of my stint, they suggested the new strategy, and I figured, what the hell? I got nothing else to lose.
There you go. Well, look at that. Another league leading. Is it still leading? Are you still leading that?
I have no idea. I've been way too busy. I haven't kept up on it yet. I got to go back through and go through everything again, but
Oh, okay.
I know Scavney's been racking him up since he came up to D1, so I'm kind of nervous he's gonna
He's like
take
a
over
better
the lead
version
here
of
soon.
you.
I know, a way better version.
And what the heck's up with that?
I have no idea.
You're not supposed to have better versions of you in your own league. You're supposed to be the best version of yourself. You got to get rid of him, or pump him back down to Div 2.
No, we'll keep him in D1. I'll go to Div 2.
See, the better version of me, Hotspot, he's stuck down in D2. He's not coming up. I ain't leaving. I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf on Wall Street.
There you go.
You're not getting rid of me. And then stats, Jonah Hill.
No, I don't want him to be Jonah Hill. That's gross.
Oh God, I hope he's not going to hear me say that. He doesn't tune in. This is perfect. But anywho, so you ended up getting. So speaking of team assistance, you wouldn't have actually got the hardest charger if it wasn't for Helg purposely spinning out. So you should give him a thanks, because it would have gone to Scavney if he didn't spin out on purpose there. So just hats off to your teammate there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wasn't catching him or anything because he was on the hard compound tires and I was still on the softs, so that had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Oh God. I don't know why I like chirping you guys so much. I've never even met you. I chirp Clog all the time as well for whatever reason.
Oh, he can take it. Trust me.
I know. That's why I know is that he says some pretty vulgar stuff. So I'd imagine that he's able to take it. Leviathan has told me that before that I need to not do it too much to Helg, as he beats himself up quite a bit. So
he gets pretty down on himself at work the next day when he has a rough race.
Ouch.
And we haven't been doing party chat in the race for that reason, to try and keep the distractions down, to keep the spins down. And clearly it's not working.
Oh goodness.
So I'm gonna have to give him a little shit tomorrow and then figure out what the hell he's doing wrong.
Yeah, enough with this cupcake crap. You need to get on him now. You've given him his chances, and I think it's time to bring the hammer down on Helg. Tell him like it is. Maybe see if that helps it out.
It's worth it.
I agree, worth a try. But anyone else have anything to say before I bring it home? Any shout-outs, any birthdays? No.
Nah, all good.
Janet, okay, where are you from? Because your flag's British, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you English?
I'm English.
Okay, what soccer team?
Manchester United.
Oh my God! Okay, we're bringing it to an end right now.
Yeah. That's how we'll bring every interview to an end.
Oh, Christ! I could have gone the entire. I should have never asked. I could have just never known, and our relationship would have been fine. But I've just it's all gone now. Okay, I'm a Scouser. Yeah.
Scouser? No.
Not a true
You don't
one.
sound like a Scouser.
That's why I just said not a true one.
Yeah.
I'm an honorary one.
Fair
Not
enough.
actually. But I just know the term Scouser. So I'll never say that again. Okay. On to the finish here. Thursday is in the books. Friday is back tomorrow. 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Be sure to tune into that as we got our multiplayer series going live once again. So give that a check out. If you like what you see, give us a follow on Twitch as well as on YouTube. We appreciate all those little follows and likes from here, there, and everywhere. Go give us a shout out on Twitter or Instagram and say hello to us, as we very much appreciate all interactions that you do bring our way. So not saying that we get it a lot, but whenever we get it, it's very much appreciated. So go do that if you have a moment. But that is about it for us here in the Midwest F1 League. Like I said, we'll hopefully see you tomorrow night. I have been Crash McQueen, and we have been the Midwest F1 League. And you have yourself a fine Thursday night or Friday afternoon if you're in Australia.